Alright, so I just got done recording this video. I wanted to put like a little thing at the very beginning of it to say that this actually went way differently than I expected it to. If there's anything I want you to watch, it's definitely the last match. It's I should have timestamps and chapters and everything in the on the timeline of the video. So if you end up not wanting to watch the whole thing, at least watch the very last match because it actually went incredibly well. And it was basically like the perfect showcase for this team. Other than that, if you're new to the channel or anything, feel free to subscribe. We're almost at 15K, which would be super awesome if you stuck around. But yeah, let's get back into the video. Alrighty, so today I want to attempt to counter LV Melee. And so this looks like a really weird team because it is a really weird team. The idea is I wanted as much single target focus as possible, so that way if I don't need to attack Melee, I don't have to. On the other hand, I wanted to have at least one AoE, and an Infect is really nice nowadays in case they're running, you know, Deanne or something that's hard to get through. I have to whittle down HP. Plus, the AoE will also help me rank up Melee, which sounds counterintuitive, but then I can seal Melee level 2s with Gother, so that way they immediately get de-ranked back down. He can't use those cards for a turn. Unfortunately, I think on paper there's a lot of good that this team can do, but in practicality I don't think it's going to work as well. So the idea is if we do rank up Melee, we can seal his cards. We have a little bit of ult control here, which is kind of nice. It is a pulverized ult control, unfortunately. And I guess if we get a level 2 purple card, we can also ult seal them. Merlin, another thing that's bad about Gother is I only have him 2-6, which really sucks because it cuts down on his CC quite a bit. You can see I'm at 380, which sounds really high, but because Melee can hit 75,000 CC, that's like 5,000 more than basically any other character in the game. So he's got quite a lot of CC coverage, and if they're just running a really like high CC team like Bond, Deanne, and Melee, like the main team is, odds are it's probably going to be really high CC. So we're going to hope that we can out CC here. Merlin, on the other hand, has the Infect. She has a single target. I'm not really going to be relying too much on her single target, but it may come in handy. And then Bond's going to be our main damage dealer here, which could be bad because obviously he has to have 2 cards to actually be able to secure kills, which we'll see how that goes. Unfortunately, I think I would be much higher CC if any of these characters were better ult levels, which Merlin's just kind of old at this point. There's not a whole lot I can do there, and 2 of these characters are green characters, which means that, on the other hand, they're probably going to get cut down by Melee if he does get an opportunity. So, we're in a bit of a weird scenario. We do have an LV Melee here. We can seal some cards and hopefully get through the Deanne turn 1 here. Not 100% sure how this is going to go, but we do put on a lot of debuffs, so we should be maxing out Zeldra's passive in the back relatively easy. So we should be able to kill her pretty much no problem. I'm running him on attack crit because really he's like the only damage we're going to have on the team. That ended up actually working out kind of nice. I mean, obviously, I think the initial impression is like they're not going to have a whole lot of options, but realistically, Gother's debuff only lasts for 1 turn, so if I can't draw another one, then I'm kind of in a bad spot. The only reason I wanted to use it turn 1 right there was because he has Margaret, so he can buff, and it seals the buff card. So, I don't know. There's a lot of things that can go wrong with this team, but if it works out perfectly, then it could go really, really well. Another LV. Like I said, I've been going up against a lot of LVs lately, which is why I kind of wanted to use this team in the first place. So, realistically, I think LV's his big damage here. I mean, we could try to get rid of Estarossa, and Estarossa could definitely be a problem, but I think what we do is we go for the rank up on Melee here, and then I'm going to concentrate him so that way we can kill him off next turn. So we go ahead and put the buff on, or the debuff on. We rank up his cards so they become level 2s, but they become sealed. They're also going to become level 3s, which means they're going to rank down back to level 2s, but hopefully we can kill him off and it's not going to be that big of a deal. He does have Estarossa and, you know, the Demon team set up here, so there's a lot of room for him to come back. Like, there's a lot of room for the other side of the team to still carry for the win here, but my whole goal is to get rid of Melee, so I mean, if I can at least get that done, you know, I'm at least doing my job. So we do get another purple card, which is really nice, which means I can technically just seal him again. But it would probably be better to just go ahead and try to get rid of him at this point. So let's go ahead and throw this back up, because at this point, if we get rid of him, we're not going to need it for anyone else at the moment. And then we still have high HP with Merlin, so I'm going to go for this to merge a little bit, because she does more damage depending on how much HP she has left. We have type advantage here. Hopefully this kills melee. Okay, that looked a little bit scary. And then we get a little bit of damage off here. He does have Tarmiel Link. That actually was not great damage. I really wanted to use another character for Infect, but unfortunately there's not a whole lot of options that work with Bond's passive. Like, I could have used Rudius, for example, but if I use Rudius, Gother's not going to contribute to his cards, or his stacks, which is very, very unfortunate. Surprisingly tanking right here, but yeah, he's going to be able to kill my Bon off. This is probably where it's going to get really bad, because without Bon, which is my main damage dealer, I'm going to be in a bit of a pickle here. Luckily, I have Gother's ult into damage and ult removal here, so I may be able to pull something out. Only 140 on that card is kind of wimpy. Dang, I almost wish I would have. Well, I guess that was the better scenario there. I think I would have done it in reverse, it wouldn't have mattered that much. But we have 2 ults. Unfortunately, because I have, like I said, Gother at only 2/6. His ultimate's not great. I like his ultimate in some regards. The delete is kind of cool, but there's a couple of scenarios where if you delete cards, you'll have them draw their ultimates anyway, which is not what you want to happen. So let's go ahead and infect him, and then we'll double ult here. We're not going to be getting a whole lot of use out of Zeldris' passive, so it might have been better to purple card there, but I think with the damage from these 2 cards, that one obviously not being too great, but Merlin's does pretty good damage. We should hopefully kill the Esteros off here. If we don't, this is going to be really bad. So 396 is not awful, plus we put on a little bit of a shield, so we should be in a good position here. Now it's just a matter of kind of whittling down the other 2 characters, which shouldn't be too bad. Once we get rid of Zeldris, Bon is just going to... I mean, it might take a minute to get through him because we don't have a whole lot of damage, but overall it shouldn't be too hard to actually get the job done here. So let's go ahead and try to max out passives, get a little bit of damage in. This should be able to kill the Zeldris off, and then once he's dead, we'll just go ahead and move on, because realistically it's just going to take me a minute to get through Bon. So looking pretty good overall. No merge, so he doesn't get his ultimate, which is good for me. Yeah, I will be back in a minute. Alrighty, we have another demon team here. So we have a regular demon team. I don't expect it to do very well in this scenario. I think that's kind of the big issue, is that unfortunately this team I don't think is going to be very good for anything other than LV countering, which means that if you go up against other teams, it's probably not going to do too well. I think possibly the Angel team could be a decent contender against this. Like, I could actually do well against the Goddess team. That was close to not killing. Just because I can seal their blue cards and everything, which is kind of nice, but realistically, they still have really good damage, and they could probably still kill me, because, like, it's not... I wouldn't say it's, like, incredibly difficult to get rid of Gother, and without him, you can't seal. If they get rid of Bon, I have no damage. Merlin, I mean, she's tanky, I guess, but she's not going to be doing the most, you know, so... I don't know. It's just kind of one of those things. I really need to go for card space as much as possible here, so we're going to go for maybe the seal here. I'm not worried about Merlin gaining stacks, so let's put an Infect up and then maybe try to push for Bond's ultimate since we can. That's going to make him prime target, so I'm not sure how this is going to go. We'll probably lose. The demon team's just really strong, and this team on its own... Oh, I forgot I had Dissolve on because Melee's passive. Yeah. Crazy strong character. Okay, doing pretty good damage to me. That's with the true magic, so actually not as bad as I was expecting it to be. And then we tank that pretty well. I think Bon has pretty good lifesteal, but overall, I don't have a snipe card, so I might not be able to do anything about it. This is not good. Like, actually really bad. Well, I can take off the ultimate at the very least, so let's go for... I gotta use this card first, unfortunately. So it's gonna purge this off. Yeah. I'm in just a bad spot because I'm going to feed him True Magic by attacking him, but I do remove his ultimate move gauge, so I guess I've got that going for me. He merged. It wasn't on melee, which is good. We're going to lower his crit chance here, but more... Yeah, I didn't get quite a lot of lifesteal back there. He can probably still kill me if I had to guess. We do get a snipe card, but he just keeps disabling me. If he doesn't put up a stance here, I'm in a decent position. Am I going to live that? I don't live that. That's unfortunate. I might still have enough damage. I don't think I do. Yeah, that's a lot of HP. I can ult seal and stall for a turn, though. I can't triple attack because that's going to purge him. Actually, this isn't an attack, so I can put this on. He would have to have 2 melee cards to be able to get through this. I don't have a lot of damage. That's kind of the problem. If this turn doesn't go well, we're probably just going to go ahead and move on. Because ideally, we're just looking for Lostvaynes anyway. But it would be nice to see how well this team does against other stuff. We get another ult seal. I could potentially stall for a minute, but realistically, I don't know how worth it that's going to be. Plus, he puts up the stance. I think we're good. I think we've lost, unfortunately. So we're gonna bow out here and move on. Okay, we have a Bond team, which I don't think is going to be very good against this, because I think Bond's going to have pretty much every opportunity he needs to just absolutely one-shot my green characters here. Which, I mean, potentially he'll go for the Bond, I guess, because he's my only damage. But we should be able to get through the end here pretty much no problem, which is great. We did luckily merge into a level 2 Pierce card turn 1, which was good. But, of course, if we don't get rid of Deanne turn 1, she puts up her stance and everything, which is going to be harder to get through. And then now I don't have any Bond cards to sort of go with. I guess I could have potentially tried to go for the kill on Bond maybe turn 1, because that would have cut down on his HP. But he has extra damage reduction already built in. So I'm not 100% sold on that as like a go-to scenario. So, well, it's a bot anyway, so we might go ahead and just move on. Let's, I literally can't do anything Bond-wise here, so let's go for the Merlin, I guess, and then we can merge these for not only Holy Relic, but card space as well. So we can see how this goes. Merlin, like, Kid Merlin, Lolly Merlin, whatever you call her, she just really doesn't do super good damage, which is unfortunate. The takeoff ultimate move gauge from the dissolve there actually helps me quite a bit because I can keep reprocking my, my Holy Relic on Gother, which is really nice. I just don't know that I have enough damage without a snipe card to even get through to the Bond, because I also have this corrosion stack thingy on me, and if I don't get rid of that, or like if I don't lifesteal enough back to survive that, is really what I'm trying to say here, I'm not going to be able to live this turn, because it deals like 50% of your max HP. I do have the Holy Relic on though, so let's see this damage. It is a Pierce card. 129. I was kind of hoping for more than that, to be honest. But these 2 cards hopefully kill Merlin off. It's going to be up to Merlin here. Green on green action. Okay, actually not bad. 148 is not bad. We do live that, but literally any Bond card he throws at my Bond is going to kill him off, which is not good. And I kind of doubt... Okay, he's double Zeldris carding, which is not what I was expecting. Oh, does he kill him? Okay, he doesn't kill him, which actually is really good for me. I should be able to lifesteal a good amount back here. So, I'm really... I want to say I'm not worried about that Zeldris ultimate. I really need to get rid of Bond if possible, so let's go for the Bond, because I have Mark of Concentration on me. I think it actually might get rid of Mark of Concentration whenever the turn swaps back over. but I think I actually kill Bon here, so we should be in the clear. I assume his Zeldris is going to go for my Bon here, but Zeldris on his own, he can deal some okay damage, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Plus, I'm back up to full. Oh, he goes for Merlin, which has a damage cap anyway, so that's pretty much in the clear for me. We'll see what the next match is, I guess, so we can do a full 5 matches. But I don't know. All of a sudden, like, I mean, it was pretty good at the beginning. At least we got to face some LVs for sure. Like, it would be a redundant video if I didn't, but looks like we're getting a little bit more variety now. So we'll see what the next match is. Alrighty, last match. We do have an LV, which is good. We do out CC, which is good. I think I hold off and try not to upgrade his cards turn 1 here. Problem being, I need to get damage out on Deanne, though. So let me use this. Actually, let me put the debuff on first, so that way we can get a little bit of extra damage, I think. We can try to kill off the Deanne here first thing, which will be really good. And then next turn we can rank melee up if we need to. And then seal his cards. We have decent Gother merge. We could potentially push for Holy Relic proc, which would be good. We get a snipe card, but no pierce, which is okay for the moment, because we should be able to hopefully stall for a second. Decent damage there. Maybe I need to put the Tarmia link on my Bon. I don't know. Ooh, okay, that's a lot of damage. I'm not gonna be able to do pretty much anything. Oh my god, and he gets pretty much full ultimate move gauge. Very interesting team here. I luckily can seal pretty much anything I need to here. So let's go for this into get a little bit of damage out on Escanor, I guess. The problem is, well, I do pretty much seal his whole hand here, which is great. But he has 2 cards. My Bon is dangerously low. So odds of him killing Bon this turn are still really good if I somehow manage to not... What? They're both Escanor cards. Oh, it's going to be incredibly close. No way. Okay. So he seals his Escanor here. I really need to seal that ultimate. So let's go for the seal here into the Relic proc. And then we'll try to lifesteal and set up for the kill on melee turn 2. Because we can rank his cards back up. We know he has a couple of cards in hand with melee. Wow, okay. Really good damage. We almost just outright killed him there. 2 cards in hand. We lifesteal a good amount back. No ult for him. This might be literal perfect scenario. Like, really good. Because we might not even have to worry about killing... Ooh, she procced her passive there. Did that heal? That heals everybody on the team, right? We can luckily get rid of Escanor's ultimate. Let's get rid of the melee, because I'm pretty confident that it does. Let's infect first, just in case, to get a little bit more damage out, and then we'll remove Escanor's ultimate here. We're literally like on the brink of death if we don't do the right plays. So 533, that's gonna be like a full heal, no doubt in my mind. We get rid of the Escanor. We actually deal some good damage to him as well. He's he's just gonna have to merge all of his, or like draw all of his cards. Luckily, we don't get a merge on the Escanor there. That would have been insanely bad. Okay, swapping targets here. Probably not the... Well, I guess I'm full health on Bon at this point, so there's really not a whole lot he can do. Damn. Okay. That was actually probably the best match we could have had. Bon was like literal like thousands, like small like thousands of HP away from dying. So that was actually really nice. Would I recommend using this team in normal PvP? Probably not. Like, not unless you just really have a lot of CC and you have high ult levels on those characters. But if you're just constantly facing LV, which obviously there's a lot of RNG there on like who you're actually going to be facing, or like not necessarily RNG per se, but luck. I don't know. It's gonna be a tough sell, but I mean it works against LVs for sure. But when you go up against demon teams, you're probably gonna get wrecked. Would have loved to have seen an Angel team, but we did also go up against a Bond team, and he pretty much wrecked us as well. So, well, actually, we did win against the Bond team, but either way, very interesting. I'm glad that match actually went pretty decent. To see the like, I don't. There's just the potential of the team itself is pretty cool. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I know LV's kind of rampant at the moment, and some people don't really seem to like LV too much if you can't get his Holy Relic or like high dupes or something like that. But it's completely understandable. It really does feel like LV is really good if you were playing the game for a long time, but if you're a newer player or just like not an in-game player, he's a little bit lackluster, which is disappointing to see, of course. But I don't know. I guess you just kind of have to take what you can get, I guess. So interested to see what the next LR is, but overall, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe if you have not already. I'll see you in the next one.